sent us, but I did get multiple emails from Ken Jumper, kind of challenging our format here. So I did get an answer from Brent Walls, who's the Olmsted County attorney. And so we have basically a few options we need to discuss. We can eliminate the work-study group totally, as you know, and just go back to our ordinance. Or we can, he suggested doing a staff meeting with deadline with one commissioner and one planning commission. This is what he said. You can call it a work group, have one commissioner and one planning commission member attend, with the rest of the group county employees. It's called a multidisciplinary staff meeting attended by a liaison from the board and from the planning commission. The board should direct the staff to form that group and give it a deadline to report back so you have a record. And that would make it just a group and not open to the public, just study. That was his suggestion. That's at Brent Walls from Olmsted County. Or we could cancel today and wait for further legal opinion on our ground rules, which we set up last week with no video recording. Or we can continue on with an open meeting with video recording. We all need to discuss this.
I'd be in favor of just going ahead, let's have a meeting.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. With the video
Yeah.
recording.
Let's have it.
Okay.
Is this agreed upon with the rest of the group?
I'd kind of like the option of one commissioner, one planning commission member.
And working with staff.
Hold it.
I think down the road that'd be good, but we can't probably do that today, you know,
Well, our legal counsel says that's an option.
for today.
Yeah.
We would cancel the meeting after, well, I think Brian has a presentation, but we can cancel the rest of the work study group until we get legal opinion.
Things are going fine, why not just continue as is?
Well, we could go around and take a vote too. Whatever everybody thinks.
I personally don't like the video recording. That's,
I thought we got along fine last week without the video recording and that. Get a legal opinion, go through with this meeting, and then the legal opinion comes and we'll go one way or the other.
What do you think?
I'm with the consensus of the group. It doesn't make any difference to me either way, so.
Get it right.
Mary?
I'm good with going through for today. We got some work done last time. Just, we're spending a lot of time on trying to figure this out. I'd just like to move forward and have some discussion and wait to see if there's another legal opinion that comes forward.
Okay. Dan, were you going to say you were taking a breath
Yeah, right.
to exhale?
Well, I think what's on the agenda today, I mean, we probably can discuss it. I really object to the recorders too. You know, the comment last week was that you want to record this to make sure that no group is putting pressure on this committee. What group do you think is putting pressure on this committee? You're recording yourselves.
Honestly, we have recordings during the commissioner meetings. I don't care if somebody records it. I mean, unless something, if people think they're gonna say something in which they don't want people to hear, which then I guess I have an issue with that anyway. So my thing is, what are we hiding? Who cares? Just
We're not really hiding anything, but we're in a formative stage.
Sure.
And people's opinions may change.
Mm-hmm.
So you may ask a question without an opinion, that in the end is not going to be the way you go.
Yep.
But yet it's going to be recorded that you're not really free to bring out all the ideas maybe that are in your mind, that you want to really throw out there.
But we all know that our opinions could change depending on data and all that kind of stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
we know
What-
that.
One of the things that often is done when you're in a study group like this is to do brainstorming, where you throw out ideas that may be so outrageous that everybody's gonna say, my God, where'd that come from? But it triggers other thoughts, and you refine it and you say, well, you know, that wasn't so bad after all, and I happened to think of this because of so-and-so's crazy idea. Well, that would be an instance where, as Dan is pointing out, the original throwing out idea could be misconstrued and misused. That's one instance I could think of.
But with that in mind, I'm good to go today to get some work done, because we're under the gun to get work done.
That's right.
And I'm good to go today, and Bob, we need to check out if that's an option. Our next meeting will be held that way, if that's the way that works, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so what you're saying is, what was your fourth
Was
thing?
to continue on today and then wait for a legal opinion on following our ground rules with no video recording. Which keeps it an open meeting. Or our other one is to make it a staff meeting, which is one commissioner and one.
So
Those are our
today,
basic
now what
things.
I'm hearing, I think most of you say is we'll do our meeting today, and then we won't meet again until we find out from an attorney finally what the answer is.
We're not taking notes, or we're taking our own notes here for this study group, and that we will have any secretary or whatever taking notes in that. We are responsible for our own stuff. So this meeting is open, so they can be responsible the same way we are.
Mary?
Is there anything wrong with just asking them respectfully if they would just not videotape today until we get a response from the attorney? They're all here, they're all hearing the same things we are, there's plenty of them. Is there anything wrong with that? You know, I mean, they could say no, but they could say yes. We don't know what they would say.
What is the observer's response to Mary's question?
I feel it's the same as my opinion was last week, that we are concerned public and we want to observe what's going on in here, and we want to share with people that can't attend and can't take notes what's going on, because this concerns everybody, not just the people at the table. So I do appreciate being asked, though. Thank you.
One quick question for you. It's now getting down to the point where either you can be here and not videotape, or it's closed, period. So then the question is, are you guys willing to sit here and not videotape so that you can at least watch, or else it's going to get closed, period, and you're not going to be on anything?
Well, if I may respond to that, Justin. I'm Ken Jumper, by the way. I'm probably the person most responsible for videoing here today, or bringing it to this position or point. I've done a lot of research on the open meeting law. Some of you know I've served in the legislature. I probably know more about the open meeting law than anyone in this room. I've shared a lot of information with Teresa this weekend, an opinion from my attorney who's practiced administrative and government law for 30 years. This is a subcommittee of some sort of the county board, and the open meeting law is extremely clear that this meeting is subject to the requirements of the open meeting law, just as a county board meeting is, for example. This is not a choice between having access to come here and listen and being able to video. I firmly believe that whatever decision you get from whatever judge or whatever attorney, it's going to come down in our favor, that we're going to be able to come here, listen to the meeting, and video it if we wish. So it's not an either or, Justin. It just is, this is what's going to happen. So I certainly have been trying to, in my communications with Teresa, find out where the decision was that made by somebody that somehow this was other than an open meeting, and I haven't been able to come up with that. If somebody could produce something in writing, I'd be certainly more open to believing it. But I haven't found any information in writing on my own part, and Teresa hasn't provided me any.
We actually did have an open meeting last time. We allowed people to sit in.
Mhm.
It never was
It was-
declared a closed meeting.
No, it was always
Okay.
an open
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
And-
Just the
video.
recorders.
Well, the videoing is allowed as part of the open meeting requirement in our state, so
You're
I'm
right, Tim.
sorry about that.
You're right, but you're wrong. What I'm saying is it's either or. For the fact that it's going to be open, you can sit here and videotape, or like Teresa's saying, there's a possibility they could turn this into a work group not worried about the, and you're shut out anyway.
Well,
So
we'll
that's
see.
what I'm saying, it's either or, it very well could be, so I'm just saying, you could not videotape and say, we kindly back down, we're appreciative you let us be here, and we won't videotape so we can stay here, or you can keep pushing it, but I'm just warning you, there's a chance they could backdoor it and say, it's a work group, you're not allowed, period, so I don't want to fight that fight either. So
Well-
all I'm saying is just be aware that,
So my
It might be
understanding
cut out.
is that the answer is no, that you will videotape today.
Well, I can't speak for other people here, but I certainly plan on
Okay, let
doing
the
that.
rest of you say.
Donna Bucky. This is the biggest thing that will ever happen to this county. And why you all wouldn't want to provide transparency to the citizens every step of the way of this process. If the citizens can only read this document just a few weeks before the hearing, you know, it takes time to fact check and to research what you've come up with and to let the people know. And I can just see that if you close this down to 2 staff people, or if you don't let us videotape here, you're denying the people a chance to be educated about what you intend to do to the rest of us. And it's going to be, the fix will be in. We go into that hearing without people knowing and being able to weigh and reason and discuss and debate this with each other. The fix is in. So I don't know why anyone here wouldn't want complete transparency.
Yvonne Croxton, I agree with Ken, or with Glenn actually. We can take all the notes that we want, but I don't personally think a video is necessary. We're here to listen, to learn, and we can pass on the information without a video, my opinion.
Okay. There's only one that says we don't have to video, but the rest of them all, I think, are of the opinion that we video today. Then we'll see where it goes after this. I think, just a minute, I think the point you make that it's like us, you, and this committee is not quite right. These people all live in this county too, and they are all concerned about the environment, about their health, about everybody else's health and well-being. So it isn't like this group is going to just go willy-nilly and say, let them come. I think if you, from last week already, you noticed that they're trying to work this ordinance so that it is restrictive, so that things don't just get run slipshod over everything. I mean, we have people representing soil, we have people representing health, we have people representing our township roads and our county roads and everything else. So I really don't like this concept of we and they.
Donna, the term fixes in is not appropriate, in my opinion.
So anyway, let us proceed. Ken?
No, I just want to allay any concerns